And the police state ends with me, and we made it one more day. Now, I heard Tom Hartman make this comment the other day on his show. Instead of protect and serve the citizens, the police now go by the motto, occupy and terrorize the citizens. It's really hard to argue against that point of view. Of course, not everyone, as I've said time and again, if you are a corporation, a wealthy or well-connected person, then you can love the police state, and you likely do, because you're probably treated like a monarch. Your perception of policing is that they protect and serve you, but for many, many of the rest of us, the occupy and terrorize the citizens is what we see and don't just perceive. We have direct, face-to-face knowledge of what they're doing. Breaking the law, civil and human rights, having a police officer live 2 doors down from you, criminally trespass on your property, steal from you, armed at the time, in full uniform. You catch them on video and tell them, hey, I caught you on video, you can't be doing that. Then they come back in a few hours with 5 more police officers and a DA, armed, block off the street like a war zone, steal those videos, and then in order to cover their tracks, they want to make you look like a criminal, and they create court documents and completely ruin your life. Never employable again. Everyone runs from you that's scared of the Bartlesville Police. And you know the story. You can go back and watch the videos for more details on that. I'm not going to waste your time today on that. You know, the rest of us that aren't corporations, wealthy or well-connected, are treated like garbage by this corrupt police state, and especially the corrupt Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and Washington County of Oklahoma police state. And it doesn't stop. Now, I made a video just the other day of why I continue this. There is nothing in place to stop this from happening to anyone else. And it is happening. The problem when you deal with bullies is that they won't stop unless someone with authority above them makes them stop. And because I live in a corrupt city and county, no one is holding these people accountable, and these bullies are not going to stop. They are just going to continue until we get an outside investigation of this county and city and find out why this is going on. Why are judges rubber stamping warrants for the Bartlesville Police to steal property? Why are they doing that? Like I've said before, is there some kickback system from the prison system? Why are the Bartlesville Police lying under oath and the judge is allowing it? Why are judges' family members liking comments from what appears to be the enforcer, like a hockey team, the enforcer on the hockey team, what appears to be an enforcer on the Bartlesville Police Department, an investigator, a drug task force investigator that's sending out comments, and this has been going on for years, sending out comments to citizens stating things like, who effed with you after your search warrant was served, when it was a fraudulent search warrant and they stole thousands of dollars of your property, like that. As long as they leave you alone after they serve the search warrant and steal your property, they were okay in doing it. Sending out comments to people saying, if you have a criticism of the Bartlesville Police beating citizens on video, then you should just not call the police. Not only that, but you should not call the police. And you can look on my Facebook page for this information in writing. But you should not call the police if someone breaks into your home. You should not call the police if you are raped. How weird is that? Who would write something like that, and then who would represent the police department and government to say that? Actually puts in writing that if you are raped, don't contact the police. What? That's disgusting. I'm going to say something. That strange, disgusting comment about rape mirrors a comment that was made by Anthony Lynn in that search warrant affidavit. It looks like that odd that this was organized and written with this drug task force investigator. Who says things like that? And you have to assume, because the majority of rapes happen to women, that his reference was to women. Who says if you're a woman and you're raped that you shouldn't call the police? And they're a police officer he's speaking for the police department, the government. And then a judge's wife likes the comment, which makes it look like, I mean, it goes from the DA's office to the police to the city council to the chief of police to the Mike Moore, James Brazel of Jane Phillips Medical Center, all these people, and the judges, it's like he's the enforcer, that this Bartlesville police officer is the enforcer to scare people and to beat people. You can look on my Facebook page and see the lawsuit where run over people with police cruisers, break their legs, unarmed citizens, and then get out and tase them and break their eye sockets in other cases and threaten them and tell them, you know, if you're raped, don't call the police, in writing. And it's sitting on the internet for 4 years. What in the heck is going on? That's insane. It's not a legal government position and of course a judge's wife is not the judge, but it shows some strange relationship between these people when what appears to be the police enforcer is making that comment about women. He didn't say women, but you have to infer it. Or any rape victim. A rape victim shouldn't contact the police, and then the judge's wife is approving it. There's a connection there. These people know each other. They talk to each other. He's apparently the enforcer supported by these people. I would think a judge's wife would read that and go, oh my goodness, that's awful. Tell her husband, and then her husband would go, that's not a allowed legal government stance. You cannot say someone criticizing the police for beating citizens on video then is going to be threatened by a government agent that you can no longer use the police when they pay taxes. I mean, that's total and complete fascism. Fascism is where the corporations run the police and the government, and the only people that are allowed to use the services of that government are the corporations, wealthy and well-connected people, the people with money. And the rest of us, if you're raped, don't call the police. Again, there's some strange, odd comment in the search warrant affidavit about that. And it's so disgusting that I'm not going to mention it, because you can get it and you can read it. And then I see this cop making this weird, odd rape comment, and it being liked by the judge's wife. God, guys, this is getting unbelievable, just completely unbelievable. And state senators know about this, and no one will do anything. It's beyond the sickness of a fascist country. How odd is that? I could go on for days about it. It's just disgusting. Disgusting. And I'm sure those comments will get deleted. Last time I checked, they weren't. But I have screenshots of those comments. And as of right now, that I know of, you can click on the link I put under that, and you can actually read it live on the internet. You can bet it's going to get deleted quickly, though, because I've put that up, I think, yesterday. But folks, we've got these enforcers going around for years telling citizens, even if you're raped, don't call the police in Bartlesville, and judges' wives liking it. I'm disgusted, and I'm even more disgusted. I put on my Facebook page, I've now been blocked from every local newspaper posting on their pages. Everyone. It's just there is a desire in this part of Oklahoma right here, right now. I don't know about all the other areas, but I know right here there's a desire by all the newspapers in this area, in this local area here, to cover for the police and not to report on their behaviors. No matter how bad they do, no matter how bad it gets, I'm not able to get them to report on this because they're covering it up. There's no other way to put it. They're rags. They're government shills. But what about the corruption? And I've also been blocked from all the government websites too. Government, we pay these, so I can prove it's factual, and I'm not cussing in my comments. I can prove they're factual, and yet I can't tell anyone about this corruption. So I'm blocked from the media and the government from speaking. All my First Amendment rights. And granted, I know First Amendment only applies to the government. These newspapers have every bit of legal ability to block anyone they want. I'm not saying they're breaching my First Amendment rights. I'm saying they're covering for the government. I'm saying the government's breaching my First Amendment rights. But what are you going to do? It's corrupt around here. These are weird, weird people. I mean, they're just beyond corrupt. They're very strange. It's a very, very odd, weird individual that would write a comment like that police enforcer. I'm not going to say his name because he's obviously a very, very violent person and a very angry person. And I posted it, and I posted his comment that has his name on it. He did that, not me. He did that. It's on my webpage if you want to go look at it. The police state ends with me. But I'm not trying to get this person to go crazy like he has on other citizens and come kill me. I'm not trying to make that happen. I don't want that to happen. I want this to stop, not just for me, but for everybody. I'm extremely nervous. I'm extremely nervous about my safety. I'm fearful. I am scared for my safety from these crazy lunatics. These psychopaths going from the top to the bottom, from Mike Moore and James Brazel, who I used to know, who have turned into some psychopaths, having the police come down here with guns and do this, to there's now this enforcer and the odd comments or sarcastic comments on my Facebook page from the district attorney's office, to knowing that they've been caught stealing and they don't even get held accountable, to the judge rubber stamping, and now another judge. There's really only 2 full-time judges, is my understanding, in this county, and one of them rubber stamped a warrant, and the other one is his wife is liking that comment about that weird rape comment from that police officer. These are weird, strange people that have very fascist views and do not bend on that. They're fascist. They're not democratic. They don't believe in a democracy. They don't believe in the Constitution, your civil or human rights. They believe in fascism. They believe in, if I have money and power, I run things. The corporations, the wealthy and the well-connected people, and the people that run the government run things, not the people. That's what they believe. That's what they're proving. Again, I want to point out that what I'm going through is awful and completely unacceptable or livable, but I believe it is about 1% of what minority folks and communities are going through in this corrupt police state. I don't know how you stand it. You're tougher than me, and I don't pretend that what I'm going through even remotely matches what minorities and minority communities are going through in this corrupt police state. However, even what I'm going through is way too much, and it must stop. The police state ends with me. And with that said, I'll see you tomorrow.